It's the one and only, the young Bronco. Philly and Brown. Ophiuchus D. Cypher. Tyson D. Xavier. Tell them. Cheloni and Bronco. Tell them. Brother Negus. Tell them. Young Jason Okereke. Yeah, damn, Philly and Brown. Back once again. Sorry, I'm going through like a little fucking apparently schizophrenic episode of identities that I've created and those egos. Don't mind that. This was meant to be a quick one. I could have said what I needed to say in a whole minute. Point being, I don't think people are actually going to comprehend what I'm about to drop on them right now. Really and truthfully. But that really doesn't fucking matter to me because this is the truth. This is the truth. Alright? This is the truth. I say that 3 times so it's embedded into your fucking skull. Yeah, that's right. I'm sipping fucking tea as well. Yeah. First sip of tea and I immediately start turning British. What the fuck? Yeah, that's like some fucking magical potions. That's like completely sidetracked. I am British, by the way, but I don't have that thick British 444 on the timer, by the way. That thick British accent. What was I saying? Yeah. So, how do I even fucking preface this? Star example. This is a star example. STAR. Setting, task, action, result. What is the setting? How am I going to set up the scene? Okay. So, we as a culture, as a society, we do be worshipping young Jesus, young Yeshua. You know, we call him the King of Kings, you know, but I think he's the Prince of Peace, actually. The Prince of Peace. Right? So, who would be the king then? Oh, you think it would be God, right? Yeah, but I mean, to be perfectly honest, God has nothing to do with, like, he kind of just sits back and watch what's going on, you know. He doesn't really intervene at all in the slightest. Pretty much, he just kind of just watches. Point I'm trying to make is you guys ain't praying to the right gods, quote unquote right gods. You know, you're not praying to the gods you think you're praying to, I should say, even though it's technically the same God, but I guess it's a lower hierarchy of the God you think you're praying to. Point being, if there's a Prince of Peace, there must be a King of Peace. Most people think that's going to be God. It's not God. It's King Melchizedek, the King of Peace, which is interesting because he was born without a mother or a father. Jesus had a mother. Let that one sink in for a little bit. People like to think that, in his story that he disappeared for 13 years or some shit, 20 years, came back disappeared at like 12 years old, came back at like 30. And people think he went to the east, to the Tibetan mountains, to fucking Lord knows where, Tibet, India, learned the Reiki. No. Maybe, to be fair. But I'll say this for sure. He went to go study in a mystery school under King Melchizedek, the priesthood of Melchizedek. You know what I mean? He didn't just, I guess he innately had the capacity to embody all of the teachings to prime perfection. I'll tell you that much. But he didn't just, he had to learn it. You know what I mean? Dude had to learn it from somewhere. And most people think it was God, but it was King Melchizedek, which is literally an avatar, the closest resembling avatar of God. Yeah. Because Melchizedek technically isn't a man, you know what I mean? That's what separates the two. It's not that one is better than the other. It's just that one is more closely related to what we are trying to worship, and one is actually the way forward to get to that point. You know, he's the way, the truth, and the life. He doesn't mean like, oh yeah, I am it. It is. I am the way to it. You know, I am the way to it, which is, you know, the king, the kingdom, the kingdom. You know, the king has his kingdom. He protects the peace, right? King Melchizedek, the king of peace, right? It's also interesting because King Melchizedek is actually Thoth. You know, Hermes Trismegistus? Thoth? That's King Melchizedek. Yeah, I can't lie, the British really does come out of me when I sip that tea. Yeah. It's interesting though. It is interesting. So... point I'm trying to make is... Sorry, I got distracted. I think that's Saib playing in the background. Shit is slapping. Actually, 90s Flav. When I Met You. Oh, see, when I met you, when I met the king, you know. This is what I realized. You know, you. The whole point is to seek your doom, right? Seek your doom. Your connection to this earthly realm. Seek your doom. And accept the king's welcome, right? So you deny yourself, deny your body, your beliefs, your forms, your thoughts, your concepts, and then you seek purely the kingdom, the kingdom, the head piece, right? The head piece, the head. Your skull, your cranium is literally a dome, right? Right? I'm gonna lower this music just in case, so you guys are actually absorbing this information that I'm trying to spit into your earlobes right now. Okay. Why do you think they call the top of the head the crown? Because that's where the king is crowned, and that's where the king resides. In his kingdom. His skull. What did God do? He made a nation in his image and likeness. Imagination. SpongeBob called that shit. He even put the rainbow. The rainbow, what does that look like? That's an arc. That's a half circle. If you made that 3D, guess what it would be? Huh? A dome. A dome. That's so funny. Anyway. What was the point? What was the key takeaway is, the king is Melchizedek. Don't worship Jesus. Follow his teachings and then worship the king, I guess, which would be the head, which is the top, upmost, highest point, which is, to our perception, to our knowledge, King Melchizedek, i.e. Thoth, author of the Emerald Tablets, Hermes Trismegistus, the father of Hermetics, if you will. You know, the original gangster, the original messenger. All right. You know what I mean? So hopefully you receive the message. Is the main takeaway, actually. Hopefully you receive the message, you know. Get your invitation to the kingdom, if you will. I'm handing out invitations to the kingdom. All you have to do is, what do you call it? Focus on your brain. Focus on your pineal gland, which is the pearl, right? It's the pearl submerged underneath the dark, deep waters, as Neville Goddard would say. You know. You must descend into the subconscious, the dark, murky waters of the subconscious, and find the pearl, which is the pineal. Once that has been activated, then you have to bring the pearl back to the kingdom. To be fair, no, yeah, that's correct, but I guess the pearl would be located in the root chakra. You'd have to go very deep. But I think of it as the subconscious because all of that is operated or functioned by the subconscious, which is the murky, dark waters, because we don't understand it. It's dark, there's no light, because we're not conscious of the subconscious. Alright? Right? Wait for it. Wait for it. So the point I'm trying to make, the main takeaway, is you have to make the subconscious conscious, right? You have to go down into the subconscious, actually become aware, and bring light to the dark shadows of your subconscious. The light would be the pearl, essentially, right? That's where you find the pearl, right? And then you have to bring it back to the kingdom. Okay, it's pretty simple. Not really. And maybe I'll put some pictures up. Fuck that, that's a lot of editing. Fuck that. If you get the message, you get the message. If not, I'll probably make an update video with some more graphics to help aid this goddamn metaphysical breakdown, if you will. Yeah, but go into the subconscious, bring light to the subconscious. Once you've brought light to the subconscious, you will be able to see, and you can find the pearl. But then you also have to bring that pearl back up to the kingdom, which is the crown, as we've discussed, right? Think of it like the prodigal son, that's the whole story of Jesus. God sent Jesus down to go get the pearl, or which is spreading the good news, and then bring it back to the kingdom. That's it. In the most simplest format. Bro was doing a fetch quest. Bro did a fetch quest. He did a fetch quest. And think of it like this. In the terms of King Melchizedek, he would be the subconscious. Would he? Would he be the subconscious? Well, think about it, because 90% of our actions are subconscious actions, right? Which is why I think Melchizedek specifically requested 10% tithe from Abraham, which is like a conscious intentional choice, to invest into your subconscious, essentially. You know what I mean? So that's the same analogy, bring the consciousness to the subconsciousness. Okay? It's the merging. You have to be aware. That's what God is. He's just an abstract awareness, really and truthfully. Abstract awareness, that's crazy. It's a sick rapper name, though. Abstract awareness. Showing off my bare chest. I'm about to pull out the shotgun. I'm not putting out no shotguns. I'm British. I don't got no weapons. Except for the sword of the Lord. Shit is sharper than iron. Steel. Bronze, maybe, actually. Bronze was some heavy shit. Copper? Nah, too weak. Malleable. Not the point. I got lost. I got sidetracked. Which is what happens when you try to go down into the subconscious. If you don't know what you're looking at, and you don't format like a little map for yourself, and take notes and take steps to actually mapping out your subconscious, it's like charting the goddamn 7 seas. You know what I mean? Why do you think One Piece is so? I'm gonna tell you, One Piece, Luffy is Jesus Christ. Luffy is Jesus Christ. Gold D. Roger, that's King Melchizedek. So essentially, we're trying to, chart out our own map of our subconscious, so that we can navigate it, so we can find the treasure, which is the pearl. Once you find the pearl, you bring it back to the conscious mind, which is the crown. And this all goes into Kundalini awakening and stuff, twin serpents, and cerebrospinal fluid for the science nerds out there who don't believe in Christ consciousness and Kundalini. Cerebrospinal fluids, lymphatic nodes, and what's it called? It's the sacrum and the pineal. There's a little sacred secretion that goes on there. Even Jim Carrey talked about this shit, but I'd say it's good. All you really and truthfully you have to do is you don't have to do anything really. It's just, I don't know how to describe what not to do while doing stuff. It doesn't make any sense, but you'll figure it out, man. But here's the keys in a 15-minute video. I don't know what else to tell you. If you could actually decipher the notes from the transcript of my ramblings, then, my friend, you will meet God. But this is my invitation. I have sent you the invitation to come towards the kingdom, your kingdom. These are the keys. I mean, if you follow me more, I mean, I'll be dropping more about this because I'm going to be reiterating the same thing just from all angles of perspective for like until I fucking reinvent the Bible, essentially. There's a fucking lot of work to do. And guess what? I guess that's why they call it the great work, but I call it the great news, because Jesus came with the good news. I'm coming with the great news. Nigga said the word? Nah, the word too. Paranormal investigations, the principal abstract, or the abstracted principles, or the principal abstraction.